Ever dreamt of ditching it all and starting fresh somewhere new?
Yeah.
I mean, really new, like trading your zip code for...
Like totally new life.
Yeah, exactly. Sun-drenched hillsides and a charming village life, kinda new.
Sign me up.
Right! Well, that's exactly what Catherine is doing. She's documenting her move to Portugal.
Oh, wow.
In a blog called Countdown to Portugal, My Whirlwind 2024 Adventure. And
Off that.
it's given us some serious wanderlust over here.
It's so great.
I know.
And what's fascinating is that we get to like ride along on this journey with her.
Yes.
In real time.
Yes.
As she figures it all out.
Exactly.
This isn't some polished travel magazine spread.
Right.
It's raw.
Yeah.
Relatable. And you can feel her excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Leap off the page.
Absolutely. She even jokes that planning this move has increased her daily smile quota by 387%. I know.
That's amazing.
I mean, who wouldn't want a piece of that?
Right.
But beyond the feel-good vibes, there's
Yeah.
so much we can unpack here.
Absolutely. So today we're taking a deep dive into Catherine's blog, specifically her recent post about her latest trip to Portugal.
Okay, so we'll relive some of the highlights,
Okay.
delve into the steps she's taking to make this dream a reality, and really analyze why this seemingly simple story is so captivating.
Let's start with that first trip, shall we?
Yeah.
Catherine booked a flight just 2 weeks after falling through this farmhouse online. Talk about a leap of faith.
I know, right?
Wow.
It would be terrifying and exhilarating all at the same time. Can you imagine going from virtual tours to Portuguese magic in a matter of weeks?
It really highlights the importance of experiencing a place firsthand. Pictures can only tell you so much,
Right,
wouldn't
yeah.
you agree?
Absolutely.
You need to taste the air, feel the energy of a place to know if it's right for you.
You're speaking my language.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that she brought her daughter along for this trip. There's this hilarious bit where they're driving up a mountain and her daughter says, "Mom, remember when you thought Madeira was steep?" Clearly, they've had some adventurous road trips in the past.
It's a small detail,
Yeah.
but it speaks volumes about their relationship
Yes.
and Catherine's ability to find humor even in potentially stressful situations.
It definitely adds a layer of warmth and personality to the story.
It does make you wonder, though, if you were planning a location scouting trip,
Okay.
what would be your non-negotiables?
Oh, that's easy. Remember those charming markets Catherine described?
yeah?
Fresh produce, local crafts,
Yes.
the smell of spices in the air. That's top of my list.
Ah.
But first, I'd need to find a cafe for a proper café con leche. You know, to fuel up for all that exploring.
A good café con leche is essential. I'm with you on that.
Right.
Personally, I'd be searching for a map shop.
Oh.
You know, the kind with dusty corners and hand-drawn charts?
Yes.
There's something about navigating a new place the old-fashioned way that
Mhm.
really appeals to me.
I can totally see you with a vintage map and hand compass at the ready. But let's not forget, this trip wasn't just about idyllic countryside living.
Right.
Catherine had a to-do list a mile long.
Right. She explored nearby villages,
Yeah.
figured out the logistics of getting to the nearest city, and even squeezed in some sightseeing. There's a pragmatism there that I appreciate.
Yeah.
She's not just daydreaming. She's laying the groundwork.
And that's where trip number 2 comes in.
Okay.
This time it was all about tackling the practicalities. Lawyers, engineers,
Oh, boy.
navigating the NEF number process.
Yeah.
She dove headfirst into the world of Portuguese bureaucracy.
Ah, yes. The less glamorous side of Paradise Found.
Right.
But those steps, as tedious as they might seem, are what transform a dream into a plan.
It's like she's building a foundation brick by bureaucratic brick. And
Yeah.
let's be honest, reading about someone else's encounters with paperwork is way less painful than experiencing it ourselves, right?
Absolutely. But think about it.
Yeah.
Even amidst the lawyer meetings and engineer consultations, Catherine still manages to weave in those captivating details.
Oh, yeah.
She describes a delicious meal at a local restaurant,
Ooh.
the vibrant colors of a market she stumbled upon, and the scent of eucalyptus trees lining a winding road.
It's that mix of practicality and poetry that makes her writing so compelling.
Yes.
It reminds us that even when you're chasing a dream life with all its mundane details, still goes on.
Right.
And sometimes those everyday moments, those little sensory experiences are what make it all worthwhile.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's not just about the destination. It's about noticing and appreciating the journey.
Yes.
But let's not forget, she's got some major tasks ahead, even beyond the legal hurdles.
Oh.
Remember that little detail about decluttering?
Oh, man, don't remind me. She's aiming to get rid of 80% of her belongings before the move.
Oh, wow.
80%.
That's a lot.
I think I'd need a whole separate blog just to document that process.
I imagine it's a daunting task, but also incredibly liberating.
Oh, for sure.
Deciding what to keep, what to let go of.
Yeah.
It forces you to confront your priorities, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's like editing your life down to the essentials.
Right.
And you know what else struck me as incredibly insightful?
What's that?
Catherine's honesty about the emotional roller coaster of this whole experience.
Yeah.
She doesn't shy away from the moments of doubt, the overwhelm, even
Mm-hmm.
the occasional pang of, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That vulnerability is what makes her so relatable.
Right.
She's sharing the highs and lows, not just the Instagram-worthy moments, which makes her journey feel all the more authentic.
And it reminds us that even when you're taking a leap of faith, it's okay to feel a little unsteady at times.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, when you think about it, moving to a new country is a pretty huge leap of faith, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It requires a certain level of trust.
Yeah.
Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust that even if things don't go exactly according to plan,
Right.
you'll figure it out.
It's about embracing the unknown, which can be equal parts terrifying and exhilarating.
It's true.
And that's what we see so beautifully capture in Catherine's writing. It's amazing how, like, one person's story can get you thinking about your own life, you know?
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Catherine's journey, the way she's navigating this big change.
Yeah.
It's like a mirror reflecting our own desires, fears, and dreams.
And speaking of reflections, there's this brilliant thing Catherine does at the end of this post.
Oh, yeah.
She includes a journal prompt, almost like a little nudge for her readers to connect the dots to their own lives.
It's a clever technique,
Isn't it?
inviting her audience to participate in the experience rather than just observing it from afar.
Exactly. It goes beyond just reading about her adventure.
Yeah.
It becomes about self-discovery.
I love that.
She asks, what's one thing you've always dreamt of doing but haven't yet?
Ooh,
What's holding you back?
that's a powerful question.
Right.
It cuts right to the chase.
It does.
And it's something we can all ask ourselves regardless of whether we're planning a transatlantic move
Right.
or just daydreaming about a career change.
It reminds us that sometimes the biggest obstacle is between our own ears.
So true.
We overthink, we get scared, we let those what ifs take the wheel.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Catherine's story resonates so deeply. She's showing us that it's okay to take a leap of faith, even if you're not entirely sure where you'll land.
And even more importantly, she's demonstrating that the process of figuring it out
Yes.
with all its messy, beautiful complexities can be just as rewarding as the destination itself.
So true. Remember that line from her post, the one about magical journeys starting with a single click and a leap of faith?
Oh, yeah.
It gave me goosebumps.
I love that.
She reminds us that we have the power to shape our own narrative.
Yes.
To turn those someday dreams into right now realities.
It's a call to action disguised as a travel blog.
I love it.
And speaking of calls to action,
Yes.
if anyone is feeling inspired to follow along on Catherine's adventure, we'll be sure to link to her blog.
Yes.
Countdown to Portugal, my Whirlwind 2024 adventure, in the show notes.
Because who couldn't use a little dose of Portuguese sunshine and inspiration in their lives, right? This deep dive has been a whirlwind
It has.
of practical advice, insightful reflections, and a healthy dose of wanderlust.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most fascinating journeys are the ones unfolding right in front of us.
Yes,
One blog post at a time.
beautifully said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this week's deep dive.
Okay.
We hope you'll join us again next time for another exploration into the world of captivating online content.
Sounds good.
Until then, keep exploring, keep dreaming. And remember, as Catherine so eloquently puts it, sometimes all it takes is a single step to spark a magical journey.